this past week, we had a group that was in Vegas camp, and unfortunately, I had already pre-planned a different event before CW announced the Vegas camp dates, so I was able to make it to that. But I know we had a ton of value of it. This is an event that I went to. This is the third time I've gone through this course. It's called Business Mastery with Tony Robbins, and some of the insight that he provides there is not only impactful for business and understanding just the logistics behind the scene, but also just kind of refreshing our mindset and our approach to how we deliver value and service to clients. In my pull anything from this event for context, this is $10,000 for 5 days. He brings in some of the highest, most successful entrepreneurs into this realm. He has, the last time I went, he had the founder of Lululemon. He had, this time he had the founder of Panera Bread, sold the business for $7.6 billion in 2017. Has anybody had Path Water before? So when you go to 7-Eleven or any gas station, you'll notice that there's a lot of plastic water bottles, right? Plenty of you have some water bottles in front of you that are plastic. But you'll also see this new one that's an aluminum bottle, looks a little bit nicer, and it's called Path Water. You'll notice these next time you go to the gas station. So this is a 30-year-old kid, essentially. I'll call him kid. I'm pretty much a similar age, but he started a company 5 years ago, but he's got their valued at $100 million. And in order to scale it to where it's at today, he actually mapped out when they launched, they weren't getting any success. He mapped out all of the 7-Elevens in Northern California, 240 of them, and went door to door, knocked down every single 7-Eleven, and sold directly to the owner of each location. That's how they got it in. And they actually didn't want to buy any cases of water bottles from him. He said, we've already got stuff on the shelf. So what he said is, I'll put it in here for free. You take all the proceeds from the sales, and if it sells over the next 7 days, I'll come back here and buy 10 cases from you. That was his approach. And now he has contracts with really high quality, like Chanel, Orange Theory. He's the exclusive water bottle provider for the San Francisco airports. They've kicked out every single Dasani, kicked out like all these big water bottle brands. They've kicked everything out, and they're only using his reusable water bottles. So I say all this because actually some of these individuals have gone through this course in the past, and this is the top 2 principles that we're going to talk about today that is so important. And he says the core of all business comes down to these 2 things. The skills that you need to grow your business geometrically is innovation and marketing, those 2 pieces. So innovation is figuring out, how do I add more value than anybody else to my client? And the second piece again is that you have to get clients to want to do business with you. And our industry specifically, we have a few unique ways that we can do that. And today we're going to talk about how to leverage client events and seminars to really connect with our clients, build deep, meaningful relationships, and be able to, I would say, set yourself apart as well from the noise, right? There's how many agents in the state of Utah? 21? 20,000. Okay. So what is different from you and the other 19,999? Right? And so you have to think that your marketing actually tells a story, and that solidifies you in the mind of your client. And the 2 pieces of marketing is actually knowing your ideal clients. You have to do some research, asking yourself, who is my ideal client? Who do I want to serve? Who do I want to help? And the second piece is creating an irresistible offer. Now, we will actually be talking about this in a different team meeting in a couple of weeks as we kind of, Johnny and I went to this together, and we have the opportunity to kind of brainstorm through this idea. But today I want to show you on the marketing side how client events could actually be your best marketing weapon. Okay? How many of you do client events as a key strategy to working with more spirit of influence and growing your database? So like 30%. Okay, this is one of the key focal points. If you want to grow your business, I want to highly encourage you to use this as a strategy. I'll share one example before I bring up our panel for today. I had a friend, this is before I was in the real estate space, this is like 2017 timeline. I had a good friend, Ben Skepper, out of San Francisco. And he had a consulting coaching company for top sales individuals across mainly tech space, but then also just CEOs and leaders in different industries. And every year he would do this experience. He'd call it the best day ever. And his idea was, I'm going to pick 2 to 3 friends in my network, and I'm going to deliver the best experience they've ever had over the course of an entire day. And for 1 year, I was selected. Let's call it. I didn't know. I know now why, because I was one of his top referral partners. I was sending him so much business. Whenever I made a cool connection, I'd say, "Oh, you need to connect with Ben." And so he probably made like $200,000 off the referrals that I'd given him. Now that I'm in real estate and I understand the psychology behind this, I know the strategy. Really, what he was doing is ensuring that he solidified my referral business, right? That he's like, I want Shani to be a referral partner for life. Okay. And so I'll show you what he did for this day. So all he did is said, hey, I'm not going to tell you the agenda. I'm not going to tell you the plan. Just show up, San Francisco, this day, this time. And I got in like 10 p.m. and I didn't pick from the airport. And he rented out a house on Billionaires Row. If you're familiar with San Francisco, they have the street where a lot of the billionaires buy these homes. Phenomenal area. There are these older homes that have been kind of updated and refreshed. But he rented a home there for us. And that was like the first experience. Sitting there at 10 p.m. Sean meets the room and say, hey, we gotta really start tomorrow. Let's chat. We hung out for a little bit, but he said, we've got to start early. So that morning we jump up. It's like 6 a.m. and he has breakfast ready. And then he drives us to the beach, not far from the Golden Gate Bridge. And he had masseuses there to give over chiropractors, actually chiropractors to do just some adjustments for the day. So we got adjustments on the beach. And then he's like, hey, we got to jump in the car. And we drove to the airport and he had the private plane ready for us. And he flew us to, which I had never been. Now, the funny thing is about 6 months earlier, he'd asked if I had ever been skiing. I was like, even though Utah, I never had skied. I've snowboarded once, but I've never done it. So I didn't know, but he had actually planned all this in advance. So when we got there, he had a ski instructor ready. This is actually me right here going down the hill the first time. But he had his ski instructor ready to help me learn how to ski. Right? And then this is us at the top. Luckily, they didn't take me down. It's the black diamond, is that what they call it? Yeah, luckily, they didn't take me down that. The next one is it Plume? What's the next one? So it took me down Plume. I only fell twice, which is pretty cool, right? The first time. But it was a phenomenal experience. And then right after we skied for about half the day, we then went down and he actually took us to a massage location right there. We got massages, jumped back in the plane, went to San Francisco, and he finished with a nice dinner at a place called Epic Steakhouse. And so this is all in like a 12-hour experience. Right? Now, do you think I'll ever forget that moment? No. Right? And the funny thing is, what I learned from this is that we can actually create these micro experiences for clients because you've heard the same, but people will forget what? What you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. Right? So the conversation today is how do you leverage your client events to create a moment in time? Because many of these people are bringing who with them to your client events? Family, right? So when you're curating these experiences with their family, those memories stick with them. And so this is one of I would say the best way to be able to grow your sphere, grow your relationships is staging these experiences with clients. Susie, I apologize. I was going to text you in advance or ask her if I could share this. I somehow got video footage of Susie preparing for her client events. Does anybody want to see that? Yeah, I want to see it. Yeah. Yes. The reality, though, is that we can make it fun, right, to prepare for these fun events. And ultimately, I think if you come out of nothing more than this conversation today, having kind of some principles around, is just asking yourself, how do I do, again, the work for my life than anybody else? And I promise you, yes, helping them navigate the journey of buying or selling is important. But what's most important is helping them to create fun memories. Okay? So we're going to have a conversation with 3 rock stars. I'm excited to invite Susie Clyde, Cameron Wilson, and Jessica Williams. Go ahead and give them a hand. Please welcome. Yes. Was that a pretty good picture of Susie? Yeah. I saw those news. I was like, that's so Susie. Awesome. Well, for those who are not familiar with this lineup, just have you guys introduce yourself first. I'll to start with Cam. We'll just kind of come this way. You can all kind of do a little quick intro and what you think over the realm. Cameron Wilson is a phenomenal, I'll call him a mad scientist. He is great when it comes to building systems and understanding the behind the scenes of processes. And he's also our productivity coach, a rock star with helping agents to really grow their business. And I'm excited to show some of the stuff that he has when it comes to planning out your events successfully. And then we have Susie Clyde. Susie has been a #1 solo agent in our office multiple years. And she's been in the industry for how long now? 2017. So she's been in for 27 years.
If I can do this, I mean,
In a short period of time, no,
it was train that said to say you're not. What train is not bigger? Yeah, we're all trying to live in that. Yeah, let's get
yours. And Susie's been on our ELC for, I tried to keep it wrong last year, and she learned. And then we have Jessica Williams. Jessica, you just moved over to Studio 6 weeks ago, maybe 2 months. And Jessica's a top 5% agent in the state. So we're so excited to have her as well. Go ahead and give them a hand before we start. Or in the video by up here.
You ran and read science team.
Yeah. What do you want to know, Jimmy? Give us that background. What was the journey? You got in 2013?
2013, I got hired as the first employee for the Red Science team. So it was Johnny was the team leader and Clay was the only agent on the team. I don't give Johnny credit for being on the Red Science team. He's like there or not there. And basically, Clay selling, I was the admin, and they said we wanted to close 100 transactions. And I said, cool, how many did you do last year? And they said 60. I said, sweet, we're ready to do it. They said, be better with our spirit. And I knew nothing, and didn't know that would be hard. So we went and did it. Closed 112 transactions that first year, and then it just kind of grew. More agents, more everything. And then 3 years ago, I became coach. Stepped into that, consulted a lot of coaching clients, and then about a year and a half ago, became productivity coach. That's kind of my journey. But specifically on the events, that was probably like the biggest thing that we did on the Red Science team to make it easy for agents. Because if you guys have ever thought like, okay, I'm going to call my speaker 4 times a year, like Gary says, and then you call them and you're like, sweet, that was great. I reconnected. And then you go to make your second phone call and you're like, I feel like I just talked to this person and it's real weird. Like I haven't talked to him in a decade. Now I'm talking to him twice in like 3 months. That's too much. The cheat code is events. So you just say, oh, I have an event coming up. Come to my event. That's why I'm calling you. Or, hey, it was good to see you at the event. Let's catch up a little bit more and actually have a conversation because I was running around crazy. And so it was just like the cheat code that made everything else so much easier. Literally the one thing, right? The email became easier, the phone call became easier, connection became easier. We got more referrals. We even did this thing one time where we figured out when all of our closings happened, and we looked 90 days before that, and every single time we had a big month, 90 days before that, we had an event. So it was like direct correlation.
Yeah.
We were seeing.
And when you transition out, you get been doing, you want basically from 60 to over 300 transactions. Yep. Right. Yeah. So, and then they've kind of just gone downhill since you went.
This
Awesome. Cool. Susie.
Everyone say hi to my mom first. She's from Idaho. It's exactly what he said. When I started real estate, I didn't want to call everybody and be like, I'm from tomorrow, can I help you? So I just events and coming into Keller Williams because we had events when the brokerage that I can just plug into and we'll get into all the other kinds of events. But I just felt like if I could just reach out and have them play with me, I haven't talked real estate, we're going to play. I just want to be with all the people I know. It just made it so easy. I love events. Y'all, but you all do events. I look out here and I'm like, Becca's the master. Like, everybody does events. Like, and if you're new, events, right? It just makes it so much fun and easy. Awesome. I'm really excited to get to know you. I know.
And I agree. That's what I have to add to that. I agree. Events are just super easy. I know. It makes it so much nicer. 2 months before, you're like, don't forget. Then a month later, you're like, how's everything going? It just is like, it adds like 3 months before the event for me, where I'm like, babe, coming, don't forget, how are you doing? And the next month, like, reminder. So for me, it's just like easy contacts for like one same thing. And then they just randomly be like, oh, my neighbor, or this. So it's just like, for us, it's been an easy contact, like, without having to be that spam, like, for me.
And I think maybe we'll start this. I might not go through the exact sequence that we initially discussed, but I think it's important to just highlight some of the things that we hear. We are in a contact sport. Meaning the more contacts that we have, it turns into what? More business, right? And the funny thing is, most of us have this like call reluctance, where it's like, I don't have something of value to call people about, like, I don't want to call, right? Whereas the events is such an easy thing to call about. Right, where it's like, yeah, would you come have some fun, right, on me? And so, I think just like highlighting that, I love just that perspective. And I want to get some clarity on like, when did you either catch the bug of like, I'm going to use client events as a strategic strategy? Was it right when you started your career, or in the case of time, you realized how powerful events create you for your business?
It was a little bit of both. For me, before I did real estate, I ran some fashion companies, and we had to do events. So I just realized like how easy it was to get people there and to buy when they thought they were coming for. We saw less for you guys. Like, it's insane to me. We tell people it's half off, and all of a sudden they show up. So like for me, that was what it was. Like, I saw how many people came out for cheap, fast, and easy, like on me, and so I just already knew that coming in. So I was at a brokerage, there were a few events, and so I kind of just plugged into that, and then from there, I realized that it was going to be an easy connection for me. And my first event, I only had like 5 people, and now it's obviously grown into a lot. So even if you start small, like, just get in there and do it, and then they find their friends.
Immediate. Like, I started doing it right away. I think sometimes we think events have to be so big, like how we do at the brokerage, but I went to a training at Family Reunion that was like, do any events, do like, if you are Jake Bowers and you love pickleball, do pickleball. If you like cooking, Jake Bowers, and Sarah Hyder, hiking. Like, you can make tons of mini events, and it doesn't have to be, when you start out, you don't have very much money. A big event sounds like really overwhelming, and you don't have the money. But if we think of events as little things that you can do, and it doesn't have to be so grand. So I almost started out like, I plugged into the events that we have here, and then I was like, yes, I do, right? But immediate. I love events.
So I was forced into doing events. Which Johnny Clay, that like we're going to do events. And so I don't want to talk about that because they forced me to do it, and it grew, and I loved it. And I thought, this is so great. When I became productivity coach, I thought, how do I give this to all of the agents when my budget is $0 unless I want to spend money in hopes that it works for these agents? And so I looked at basically free ways or ways that I could get the whole event subsidized by vendors to do that and just give us a reason to call. So we've done seminars, and we're planning a photo of the Santa kind of thing, really cheap and easy events that they can go invite people to. And then with me, I still do, I call micro events, media events, but it's like, I like poker, and it's still like poker. I just invite random people. The more people I can invite, the better. So we just do all these little micro events, and then it is a write-off. So when I'm having poker night, it's a tax write-off because it's really a client event. People come to my house to swim, it's a client event. When I do anything, it's a client event.
Is that why you invited me over for swimming?
Yeah, and we invite.
Vanilla invite speak.
So if you are into, like, what are some of the residual, like, the impact that it's brought to your business by doing client events? Like you said, all of you said I love client events, but I want to know those why behind it, because there's obviously a return on the investment you're getting, right? So like, what are some of the benefits that you've seen as you've done client events?
Besides the just easy conversation to reach out to those people, I've noticed that I will run into people that I haven't seen in so long, and they're like, "You're still in real estate, right?" How do they know this? I don't post on social media. I'm awful at that, so they don't know because it's social media. And the only thing that I can think of is when I have an event, I just blast it out as much as I possibly can, every single way that I can. I might have their email, I might have their phone number, but I'm not calling them or texting them because I don't really know them. It's not a good relationship. I'll send them messages on Facebook or Instagram, direct messages, and I'm just throwing it out there to as many people as possible. It's interesting how many people don't respond to me, but then when I run into them somewhere, they're like, "You're in Roseland, right?" I'm like, well, it's wordy. And I always deal with the most random people that you could imagine. Like a friend from high school's little brother called me out of the blue to sell his house. Like random things. There's no other connections that I send anything.
Which is, so what I'm hearing is like, it's the top of mind factor, right? Yeah. That is a way to be able to stay top of mind in a non-pushy way, not calling them to say, "Hey, you need to buy, sell, invest." In real estate, you're actually finding them something of value, even if they don't come, though, it still turns into something of value.
I actually get more referrals from people that can't come to my event than people that come to my event. I have this friend, Evan, he's never come to a single event, like during rent signing, during productivity coaching, nothing. He's never come to anything. I haven't seen him in 40 years. And every time I invite him, he's like, "Shoot, I can't go. You should call my friend." And I just get referrals after referrals. Maybe he feels bad that he can't come, so he's referring you out. He just keeps giving me referrals. I'm okay with it. So I keep inviting and not show her. That's kind of it.
It's exactly like you were having that best day ever. It's just solidifying the relationship that you continue to see them, that you didn't just sell the house and they disappear and that you're gone. Like you just want to keep calling games with their life. When I first started, I totally invited everybody to one of the events for PW. And I had multiple that I was like, "They're investors. I think you want to come to things like Carnival and the park that we used to do." And they have kids, they have grandkids. I have 2 clients that I've been inviting for years that empty nesters. I've helped all of their kids. And then as the events, it's usually like $7, $8 for our wristbands. I had a couple that wanted 20 wristbands. I was like, "It's a lot of money. It's like $150, so I just give it to them, and I did." And I actually wrote it down. I was like, "Running out on 20 wristbands, $150. I did 6 transactions. I made $60,000 off of that one event."
What's the return on investment? $150.
Yeah, $60,000. Christy now on 10 transactions, $125,000, and because all her kids. And I was just so you just invite everyone, even if it's an event that you're like, "We're not gonna like this one," you know. Everybody like kids. So yeah, solidify those relationships. It's money in your pocket, but it's also so fun to have these like community and relationships, and it just you light up when you see them. Right? As soon as they come to the front gate to get their wristband going swimming, it's like it's so fun.
Yeah. So I'm one of those people. I invite everyone. And I actually like when they're like, sorry, we're too busy. Obviously, it's cheaper for me, but it's also like an easy conversation. Like, no worries, we'll have another one. How are you doing? So it's fun when you invite people, and then there's some people that you know will always ask for the 20 wristbands for sure. And you're like, yeah. But the other side of that is just, it's like just an easy conversation starter without having to be like, all right, we're ready to change houses yet. So I think it's just like getting it going, and then we did Corn Belly the last couple of years, and I'm already getting texts. What's the Corn Belly state? What's the corn? So people start thinking about you even before you advertise that it's coming, it's going to happen, things like that. So for me, it's just an easy no-brainer.
That reminds me, I can't remember if it was your Courtney, but somebody had a client who was like, we have passes to, was it lunchtime? What was that story? What did your clients tell you?
They have passes. They go all the time, but they look forward to our event the most. And I was like, I think it's just because it's like we book out the whole place, we limit it. I don't know, they just really love it. I don't even know why. I mean, they can go anytime. They can go find slower times to go. To look forward to it.
And I actually want to kind of just maybe open up. I want to go through your, let's call it your event portfolio. So like some of the events you've done in the past. And even if any of you want to talk on, can you segment your clients into certain types of events? Meaning like, do you have any that are specifically more luxury type buyer, whereas different experience maybe is more exclusive? Or do you have you do any kind of first time buyer seminars, right? Those actually play a role in this as well. I know we're talking yearly events, but seminars can be just as impactful for your client and your strategy. But maybe just walk us through it. Actually, that's and just here. It's kind of curious. So I'm going to start with you actually. So walk us through some of these events. If you want to stand up, feel free to kind of see what you're sharing. But
I take lots of pictures of my events. I want pictures of everybody.
why?
Because then I post it and I tag them, or I send them the picture, I text it to them, and then they go and post me and tag me to South Homes. So they know the drill too. If I'm really busy at the front gate and I don't have a chance to get it, and I'm taking a picture of that family and then just send it to them to help them in the moment, because usually moms never get to be in the pictures. Right. Like, so let me just take a picture of your family, but I take a picture of everyone, I send it to them. Or if I'm too busy, I say, you know the drill, take your picture and send me some good pictures while you're here. That's how you get into my events, because I want pictures. So this is just, you guys, this is coming up in September. We're all going to be doing this at Jakers. So, okay.
So you're very intentional about not only you taking photos, but you also have them take photos. You plant the seed, tell them to do it.
Yeah, and I'm like, then tag me. Not in like a, you better tag me or else, but tag me.
Yeah. Well, if any of you follow Susie, do you follow Susie on Instagram? And you notice after a client event, she'll have like 15 clients make a post, tag her, and also she's able to share it. But what does that do for their sphere of influence now? Their friends, that veganist.
I'm hoping that they have friends that have houses that they need to buy, sell, or invest in, and I'm like, they just see their best friend post me, and they're like, oh, Susie does this.
Because your brand on Instagram
Is
what? What's your Instagram name?
Susie does homes.
So when people see that, like on their social media, the number one thing you want to think about is this idea of trust. Like trust is the biggest currency that you can create in business. And the best way to create trust is actually leveraging it from the existing relationship. So if you start the relationship cold, it takes time to build trust. But if you're able to actually transfer your friend's trust, you actually get so much further ahead. So I think it's just a phenomenal strategy.
Referrals are gold. And I do, like, I know a lot of you do this as well. Somebody gives you a referral, you reward it, even if it doesn't post. I send a couple of cookies and posts, somebody refers, or hey, my friend is thinking about buying ice. I send them, like, thank you so much for thinking about me.
So you're rewarding the habit,
Oh,
not the result.
yeah, for sure. Okay, well, maybe vote. Okay, so this is Color Splash. You do what you go through, like, just look there's different things we've been. Okay, this is fun. So if you want to go a bunch of events, you can also team up with other agents. I did this with Courtney, and it was a lot of fun. And at first, we were like, we're only doing couples. We rented it out for 260 people, and we were just going to do all couples and fill it up. And we already reserved it, and then we're like, we can do more. Let's go let's go to the theater that gets 560. And we mostly were couples, and it was so amazing. Like, we were volunteering at this event because we stood there looking up at everybody, and like, they came for us. Like, they all came. And Courtney's cute because she gets all dressed up. That was all her idea. And we did send out a really nice invite in the mail that we did kind of put like our more inner circle of people. But I usually just invite everyone. This one, it's limited. Thanks for everyone. I don't know if we'll do that. It was kind of stressful for us getting these all out, sent out in time. And it started to really stress us out. And they're sitting there like, this is like a wedding. I am sitting like having to, I should post it and all that. But maybe scroll to the next, maybe some of the others. Do you want me to talk to some of the other events that are in there?
Sure. Yeah, this is
I
fun.
think it's easy because you can just show up and like get wristbands for everybody. Provo Beach. Okay, this is looking cute, Amber. Did you consider that an event? We just went to Citrus to like make a bunch of meals so that we could feed our families. But I just invited everybody. They were at the they were everywhere, and we all sat there and made a bunch of food. I don't know. So like I'm not. You guys, I just like events, but I wouldn't say I'm perfect at it. I'm not really as streamlined. I think you just do it. Yeah, what's that? When what are your favorite presidency? Jessica's gonna have lots to say. She's going for it. This is great. What were we trying to do? Like what? Let's see.
Susie, how do you come up with the audience of what to do?
I'm probably going to just say 5 feet or we find like I got in the surf thing at Provo Beach in my clothes. And like this one right here is like a VA, like in the mall. I was like, that could be fun, or laser tag, or just like what excites me, what would be fun. That's why I was saying if you love hiking and you're Sarah Hunger, invite all your students certain hiking. What would you like? Whatever you get excited about.
So do you do some events where you don't invite all of your people?
Yeah, because like every teacher, you just can sign up for a Facebook if you still do it, and you get to have 12 people there. It's like you're the hostess. Oh, you're the hostess. Sorry.
What is it called again?
Stitches pair over at Macy's. We do it all the time. You just like get to show up, pick how many meals you're gonna make, and shoot their freezer.
So you can kind of make it cheaper. Just do something.
Yeah, but I was paying for that. Everybody paid for their own, right? I'm a girl, I'll just have a good time. I just don't want to get an event. It's like, where can I mingle with my people? And just mingle with people. I had also heard at Hillary in my first year, like, you should go to every baby shower, bridal shower, anything and everything community. Because people will just, hey, how are you? And you ask how they are, and they'll probably ask about those. I go to lunches. Becca does lunches. I do lunches. Courtney does lunches. Who else does lunches? Like just with all in yes. I consider that. That's the events. Did we go to them all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did that answer?
Yeah, this is more for just idea generation. Like when you're like, what kind of events would I do? Obviously, here at the River, we do 2 bar ones every year that you can participate in. But then you want to start thinking about micro events as well, or maybe just saying, hey, can I fit more personal events in that are slightly smaller than bigger office ones a year? Yeah.
How often would you say you're doing the bigger ones? Like every 3 months, every 6 months?
I try to do our brokerage too, and then add 1 or 2 more, like the movie that or ice skating, and then just a bunch of micro. I do get overwhelmed at the thought of like the events. Like I also run my business, like it is part of my business, but it can be overwhelming. So I don't try to do much maybe.
The small ones have a negative effect ever? Like, oh, if you invite me to that, or you have to notice anything like that? So I think I just
Cool. That's walk us through some of these. So
So last year, I got the lucky job of being in charge of Red Road events. So we had, I went a lot. We did a lot last year. So we did a movie night, we did an Easter egg hunt, we did trick or treat, we did cookies with Santa, and it worked out really good because we just let like 10 agents join every time, and then they would have to like commit to 25 people or to whatever. And then we try to keep it pretty affordable. But the really great thing about that is these are other people, is it looks like they're all your clients. Like nobody can tell if his clients are who. So even if somebody just starting out, it's great for you if it's almost like you're super busy. But the events are really good. We just try to keep it super affordable. The trunk or treat is a really good one because you're responsible for you and your candy, you come in your costume, and you buy all your clients instead of the 20 other agents. Just go to a parking lot and use it. And people are constantly saying, like, what's the Halloween event this year? What's going to happen this year? So the Easter egg hunt was another one that we just gave to fill the eggs, and we had a mortgage company do the food. Like, we just did hot dogs and hamburgers at the park. It was super great. The kids played on the park. Super easy. So we've tried to keep them, like, easy. Lots of people can join. Looks fun. It's interesting. We did a movie night and we sold out 10 theaters. 10. We ended up taking all of the movie, like the whole thing. So it started out small, but they got popcorn and a drink and they came for 2 hours. They took a picture and left. So that was the Easter egg hunt. We just did it by gauges. You're over in 20 seconds and I know all we're getting pictures. People were like, that was so fun. So, yeah, we lined it up. People went out in their theaters. We offered poorly. Okay, like we thought it was going to be like 2 years. So I mean, the easiest year is just saying that you're going to do it. Find 2 or 3 other agents and do it together. It doesn't have to be like anything really crazy, but your clients will come. That's what's really bizarre, but also awesome. Is that you send out them right, and all of a sudden you oh yeah, we want to do that. We want to see it anyway. We're going to do that anyway. So it's just been great for us.
anybody in this room have kids? Any of you have kids in the past that are grown up now, right? Were you ever in a position where, again, I wish that we had some sort of activity we just like to occupy them, right? We'll keep them entertained. And so you can think through that, like how many families are out there just looking for some fun to provide their kids, right? So some of them are like, yeah, right, and cost it that good.
It's not free.
And so when an agent says this is free, they're like, sign me up, right? And so like just think through how you tackle that fee for people. With timing, I want to kind of move into 2 things. I'm going to push on Keon for a second on just marketing strategy, but then also just like finding the ways. You're going to say, hey, here's my number 1 tip that I would leave you with when it comes to really using client events to a high level. What would that be? So would you be thinking about that? Well, Keon, walk us through just marketing strategy. Have a few snapshots on there for you.
Yeah, so in my over 13 years, I've been a part of a lot of events. Some were very planned out and very known, and others were like, hey, what if we did this in like 2 weeks? I'll tell you right now, the ideal timeline to have is like 6 weeks. So if you're like, I think this is a good idea to run an event, you need about 6 weeks. Which good news, we have an event in a little more than 6 weeks coming up. So further timing. Do you know the date?
Yeah, when do we start?
Jiggers.
And so December 25th.
Perfect.
We'll get it up.
I mentioned for when that comes around. But you don't have to even know the exact date to start your marketing. But I always think that the first thing that you should do is pick a date location so it's real. Like if you book a movie theater, you were going to have to fill that movie theater. You were going to work to fill the movie theater, or you paid a lot of money to have a few people watch the movie. So take what you want, and then I kind of run through a marketing plan and lay it all out. It all starts with phone calls. Those are the very best things that you can do. And it all depends on the type of event. I think you either have like the exclusive event, like a movie theater, you only have so many tickets. You have the open events, like an Easter egg hunt, you can get as many people. So you have micro events. And then you have like the variable events where it's like, I don't want too many people to come because each person costs me $6. So depending on what your event is how your marketing is going to go. But it all starts with the phone calls. And I would start like 5 weeks before the event, start making phone calls. Also sending out an email to those people that you do want to invite. We're going to have this event. And then you can remember, see, I provide that email, you get it. And then you're doing that until about 3 weeks where you send another email and then you start sending text messages to people where you're like, I want to invite them, but I don't want such a personal invite like a phone call. Then you move it to the text messages. Then 2 weeks before and week out, you're kind of scrambling and you'll probably do another email. And then that's when you're just texting everyone, probably for a service called like Reach, where you can just mass text everyone. But before that, it's a little more custom. And again, invite everyone. Don't decide for them, let them decide. I've had people drive 45 minutes to what I thought was the dumbest event that we did at Red Sign Team, and they loved it. You were crazy.
What was it?
It was when the brokerage stopped doing Red Bash and Sports Payday or Force Summit. Red Sign tried to recreate that, and we did a bad job at it. Out of our, we had vendors do little curry games, and that was about it. I thought it was so dumb. My friends drove 45 minutes. Like, we love this. This was so cool. So they loved it because it was something to do with their kids.
Jolly Goofy.
No, we didn't have face painters though.
How do you guys track RSVPs, or do you sort of gauge that?
Oh yes, I want to know. I use this as a time to gather everyone's information. Like I have people on my sphere that I don't know their address, I don't know their email, I might not even have their phone number. I require them to give me all of that to register for the event. Everyone has to register. I just tell them, like, oh, you need to register, so I know that you're coming. And then depending on the event, I will be very specific. Like if it's a movie theater, be like, hey, I have 2 tickets with your name on them. Like if you don't show up, I'm going to know that like 14E was empty. You didn't show up, actually, to let you know. And I'll be getting text messages the day of.
So do you use like Eventbrite or whatever it's called?
Yeah, I've used Eventbrite in the past. I think they're charging money now. I've done just Google Forms.
Just
And
spreadsheet.
is the spreadsheet just as easy to get back. And then always do reminders, text reminder emails like a couple days before, like so excited to see you. And then you can have a whole follow-up plan. Like, it was so fun to see you, call, or I'm sorry that you couldn't come, call, or those kind of things. Get like 8 to 10 touches out of one event. And then that's your whole marketing plan. So, yeah.
You can add in the link for Google Forms, like for your use more Reach, and like it does their name or Reach, like you make it sort of like the text, you write it in the name, or like, they don't include their name, but they also have. I always do Google Forms because I print it and see who's coming.
And then I like to check off who came and who didn't. Depending on the event, that goes better or worse. But get help with that. Because like our companies, they can't sponsor me, but they'd love to be helpful. So they'll often do that. User vendors, if they're willing to help out, to be able to invite people. Over here, lots of different things.
Can you tell this one? You should probably
Plan. So this is like my plan for how I'm going to invite people on a typical event. On the right side is like I like to list out exactly what I'm doing with the event. And then what my goal is. That sounds really weird. But like at Splash Summit, my goal is that nobody goes to the event, but I invite every person that I know. Because everyone that shows up costs me money, but I don't want them to come. So it's free and credit for so like that, my goal is to have as many conversations as I can. And be like, oh, you can't go, that's fine, don't worry about it. But then, like, the Easter egg hunt for Red Sign, like, if there's a bunch of eggs out there, like, that's weird when kids are, like, done picking up eggs and there's still eggs on the ground. Like, that makes it feel weird. If you host a seminar and 2 people show up, that's, like, the worst seminar you can do. No one shows up, it's fine. You can find it all. People, it's 2, it's like, you don't have any friends. So, what's your goal for the event, and then how are you going to go accomplish that goal? Like, just break it down. Like, what are your checklist items that you need to do? And the reason that I do this is because I am probably going to do the same event over and over and over, and then I can copy and paste. The next time I do a seminar, instead of first time homebuyer seminar, it's an investor seminar, a seller seminar, whatever. Instead of Easter egg hunt, it's Splash Summit every week. Sorry, Thursday. So you can create your checklist. Each event will get easier, and then you build from there. The very first Red Sign Easter egg hunt had 5,000 A's, and we had a title company making $5. Today, if you go, they have like 25,000 A's. They have face painters, balloons, they have food trucks, and they do all these crazy things. Like their budget is like 15 grand for it. Our first one, we spent like, I don't know, $1,000 on it, kind of thing. So you can ramp up over time, but it's just addition to your system, not recreate him.
Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway from that too is like pay attention to what you enjoy or what works. Like if you go part of it where people love it, do it again and use the same playbook. Like if you document it properly, you actually can run out of it much easier the second time around, third time around, because you already have a system for it. So pay attention to how you're documenting your strategy. I think that when you started back in 2013, was that when ChatGPT came out?
Yeah, I was the first user ever.
So you guys have to manually dig through all of these things, right? All the email notifications, the text message, whereas now, like, I can help you with that, right? Do any of you guys use that? This is a side conversation, but any of you use it right now to help you. That's crazy. Email, text message, email,
Last two takeaways.
Great night of one take word. Yes.
And I encourage everyone to know. And Susie kind of mentioned this. Whatever you want to do, make it an event. Like, if you want to go make your whole crock pot meals, just be the initiator, organizer, and invite a whole bunch of people. Like, I want to play poker. Like, instead of hoping, like, oh, my buddy Jeff is going to have another poker night, like, I can just throw poker night and just invite a bunch of people. Like, board games, let's just go invite people. Whatever you want to do, just turn it into an event, even if it's a little small. And you don't have to pay for anything in all of the events.
When you're inviting all your friends over and your kind of goal is like advertising, how do you like pride in the fact that you do what you do? I don't. Okay. Yeah.
Those are hard.
You just hope they end up figuring it out. You just build those relationships and then they.
If I want to talk about real estate, I ask about their work. No, ask me that.
One thing I'll just point towards too, like most agents, when they put together their marketing, they're going to have a grid on there, right? So it's like, it's a subtle, so you don't have to force it. Like they're naturally going to know. So you're
Mark of my I just don't. I figure that we're hanging out and I would ask them what they, do in case potential gather.
Sometimes that does, I feel like it's nice that you're not selling them. Like it is just a get together and then it just kind of naturally happens. But like for me, I hate cold calling. That's just something you're gonna find me doing. But somehow the sale comes through the relationship versus just a hard pressure sale constantly, like real estate. Like it's the relationship building.
awesome. Great question. Any final key insights before
We'll just do it. Or just start on stuff. Just enjoy. 5 people, just do it. Make it like playtime. Just go do it.
great.
Find other agents, just do it. Something small, something easy, doesn't have to be super expensive, but your clients will come. So don't show up thinking no one's going to be there.
And that's like a great way to get started. Team up with other agents. Like WOL, you can kind of tackle, strategies together and divide and conquer. But it's definitely a great also to just get more people in groups. More few people, then team up with other agents and pack the room. I know that you guys did that recently with a seminar, right? First time home buyers. And you get how many agents participated? Probably 14. 14, and you guys packed the room because 14 people were inviting their sphere, not just one person. So
I have one more thought on how you say, I don't go into it thinking, who am I getting the business from? Is way more organic than that. I just want to just know people. Like we're in a people business, so I just want to know people. And so I'm not even thinking like, I should invite one person for my little like six pairs.
I do parties and
Yeah.
things all the time.
Gather.
I love to do that.
But I don't like it ever to wait to do this.
I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's a big
Right.
which I don't do, but
I mean, I do. It might go over all the time. I get keep over all the time.
you know, but anyway, so that's my thing.
Talk to them about what they do, because then that naturally comes back to you.
Awesome. Give them a hand. Awesome. Units. The last piece that I'll just see on, actually gonna jump forward to this last slide. And then we're gonna elevate or actually come on up here. So just this communication impact pyramid. This shows the impact that a Tide